Hello, this is Adam with Daily Grind Digital, and today we're going to go over using the image with text section within the DGD Crusade Shopify theme. So right here on the left, you'll see that I have the image with text section. We're actually viewing that right here on the screen, and there's actually no blocks within this section. So as you can see up here, there's blocks within sections. You can see like how that collapses, but the image with text section is just a section, no blocks. Um, so here you do have some options. So you have height option. You can increase the height of the image you're using, or you can decrease it, make it smaller. And I'm going to take that middle ground for now. You also have your block position. So do you want that block on the left or do you want that block on the right? Obviously, it will depend on the image and other things. Then you do have the width. So align wide or align full. That's just going to impact how it looks when you go into full screen mode. When you align full, it's going to stretch wider than when you have it on align wide. I'm going to set it back there. So, of course, this is where you upload your image. Uh, and you do need to upload an image with an idea of how this area works and with an idea of what you want, the purpose of how you're using this section. So, for example, we do have this option to set image as a background. And in that instance, you might not want to use an image that you want people to really see as much, because when you go into mobile in that view, it's really meant to be a background image. You see that that covers up the area. So if we go back to desktop, if you uncheck that option, you can see that it doesn't stretch the full screen. And if we go into mobile, it actually comes below the image there. So most of the time I like this layout more, but that other layout is there in case that would be useful to a company. Sometimes a background image may be desired. So outside of that, you have your image position. So you can adjust where the image is depending on the size of the image. So right here, we really can't adjust the right or left, but we do have some. This image is a pretty vertical image, I believe. So you see, as I go to the top of the image, now we're kind of looking at the ceiling here. So depending on the image that you upload, it that may it may benefit you to be able to have that ability. Um, on mobile, it actually has not affected it, so that would just affect the desktop look. Um, Now on mobile, if you do left, we're not getting anything there either, are we? So it really just impacted the desktop there, and center for this particular image is working the way we want it to. You have the text box border, and right here, this controls the how thick, the width of the border, the thickness of the border. So you can have a border, you can have no border. Um, you can choose your background color, so you can change that area. You have your text alignment, so do you want it aligned center, or do you like it aligned left? Your subheading, so you can see where that comes in, the journey. Heading, why we built DGD Crusade. You can change your heading tag. So this is not the heading size, it's the actual tag that's on the heading, but you have a heading modifier. I don't want to make the text that big, but just as an example, you can see that you can make your heading larger or smaller. And then you have your text area here for the text area, and you have your button. So I put watch video because you for an example, you can actually link it to something else. Um, you can link this section to something else, you don't have to have a video. But if you want a video, if we keep coming down, so you control your button size if you want your button to be a different size, and then you have your button style. So you have an outline there. Of course, your button color, and then you have a video button. So if you want to paste a YouTube link here, for example, you can put a video here, and that video will pop up as a light box. So that is an option. And you have your background. So let's just throw a background on here so you can see how that impacted the site there. Padding top, padding bottom is just how much padding is above. So if you do extra large, a little bit more area comes, versus if you do small, takes away a little bit of that gap on the top, and so does the bottom. And then of course you have remove margin bottom, which just basically removes all the margin on the bottom of this section. So that works well when you want to blend backgrounds in. Say you want to make this background on this section black, and then you want to meet it to meet the next section with a black background, and have no white space. Then that's an example of how you use that. But so in a nutshell, that is the image with text section. And you have a option. And thing to note, many people know this, but in case not, 67% of your users are going to see the mobile version most of the time. That's the statistic. So would be pretty happy with the layout here for the particular thing that I have put in. So it's just about finding what works for your business. I hope you now understand what this section offers you, and maybe you'll be able to think of some ideas of how you could use it. And now you're that much more prepared to use the DGD Crusade Shopify theme.